Hey everyone, Tegan here with another Topics with Tegan. Raw! So, this week I figured I would do a topic that I have felt really about lately. Something that's not really something I talk about because I never have a problem with it, but I had someone actually bring up a question about it, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll bring it up. And it is about fitting in. And when I'm not talking about fitting in, there's several aspects to the fitting in that we're talking about. Fitting into society, fitting in with your peers, fitting in with your family, fitting in just with yourself. And that's the first one I'm going to start with. Number one, fitting in with yourself. For those who are trans, they are sure to agree with me that when you're trans, you don't feel like you're ever at home in your body unless you do massive things to bring it to feel comfortable. And it's about feeling comfortable with yourself. And this is by transitioning, and it's the things you do transitioning, you know, female to males, they bind, and pack, and start hormone replacement therapy, as well as male to females, M to Fs. They also do hormone replacement therapy, which is like the guiding, which is like the best. But really, it's about feeling comfortable with yourself. And even though if you're not trans and you're watching this and you are part of the LGBTQIA family, I wanted to bring that up because even though if you're not trans, you can still feel out of your body. And that's meaning that you can grow up and, like, recently I've come to the term of wearing less party clothes and more formal clothes, more business casual type wear, because I'm feeling that to be taken seriously in society, I need to be more dressed appropriately to be taken seriously. So that's one way to do it. So clothing can have that effect, like, you know, you've outgrown your clothing, you don't feel at peace until you get, like, that type of clothing. And that's how I felt, you know. I was going out in skinny jeans and shit, you know, I still wear my skinny jeans. I love my skinny jeans. I still wear them. And I still wear my t-shirts, but I'm more prone to wear dress pants now, dress slacks, and blazers, and, you know, shirts like this, and like sweaters like this, you know. I still wear my jeans, don't get me wrong, I love my regular jeans, love my skinny jeans, and I do every once in a while go out like that, and that's just, you know, a part of me that I'm not going to get rid of because I grew up like that. I love it, that's how I am, I love it. And, that's something about, you have to feel like you're fitting in, and you have to do the appropriate measures to feel like you're fitting in with your body or yourself or how everything is going around you. You have to be aware of these things, because most of the times you can have a self-esteem issue, and that really can change it. I was feeling a little down, and when I got that taken care of, I was like, peace. Another thing I mentioned is fitting in with your peers. This is something I really strive to make a point of every day. You know, I have to fit in with everybody. I feel like I have to fit in with everybody, but then again, I've come to the terms that I don't have to fit in with everybody because I'm my own person. And that's where the phrase, live as free as your hair, comes from. And it's all about that point, that I define myself, and that fitting in with my peers, even though they could look different to me, we can still fit in. You don't have to look or dress like your peers to fit in with your peers. You can be yourself and be an individual and still be accepted into the collective. That's a good thing about society. That's a good thing about, well, fitting in with your peers. It's a good thing about fitting with, not society. So anyway, that's something that you need to be aware of, is that fitting in doesn't mean that you have to be them, if that makes sense. You know, you can fit into that puzzle piece any way you want to, because you can make the effort to do that, or just be yourself and let things fall into place. I let things fall into place. I'm just like, screw it, don't care. That's how it is. I'm like, fuck it. You know, everything just goes as I'm like, I'll go with the flow kind of person. I'm like, well, whatever. And that's really how I am. Everybody will vouch for me. So that's that. And with your family, there can always be that anguish between I'll take this, you know, the mother, daughter, father, son kind of, you know, example, that, you know, a mother and daughter and a father and son should have a relationship. I don't have the best relationship with my dad, but I have a good relationship now. Growing up, it was very different, because we didn't get to see each other as much, because my parents got divorced when I was young, and things were just, like, really hectic, and, you know, I grew up in a really poisonous environment, I guess you could say, and you know, now that I'm my own person, I can make my own decisions and realize things and get on and move up, and so, you know, being the person I am today, I'm able to make those relationships or fit in with my family more so than I used to, because I can make conscious decisions and weigh in the options. And that's what it's about, is if you want to fit in with your family, you have to sit back and think about it, but you don't have to think about it too much, because you have to be your own person as well. And to fit in with your family, they should accept you for who you are, because, let's face it, blood is thicker than water. You know, when I came out to my family, you know, I told my dad, and my dad was like, whatever, you're your own person. And my mom was like, yay! Just like that. My mom was good to go. So really, that's how it really happens. And, you know, just don't try to hide yourself. Your family loves you for who you are. They should. And if they don't, find another family. Find a family that isn't biological. You can find family in your friends, you know, people who accept you for who you are. That's family. It's not that you have to fit in with your blood. And I think sometimes we really get away from that, like, adoptive. And it's like an adoptive family. Think about this. They're not blood, but they love each other to death. And that's the good thing about it. Like, and that's just how that just, it should be a bond. And it shouldn't relate to your blood. So that really weighs in on that. And then finally, the last one I wanted to talk about was fitting into society. I know for the LGBT community, it can be really hard to fit into society, because of the sole fact that you are who you are, and society can push you away. But you have to remember that society can push you away, you can push back. And push back as hard as you can, and fight for yourself, because society shouldn't be the one telling you who you are. You're the one telling you who you are. And that's about fitting in to society, because society has different sects everywhere that just can be anything. And, you know, you'll find that one sect that you're part of, own it. Become it, you know, involve yourself in that, and that's how you'll fit in, because you are part of a sect, which is part of the collective of society. So you still fit in regardless of whether you're in the entire society. You fit into a sect. And even though that may seem tiny and insignificant, you are a person. And a person is never tiny and insignificant. Because if you think of yourself as tiny and insignificant, what the hell are you doing? Because you shouldn't do that. Because you're a fucking amazing person, and you live an amazing life, and that's the truth. Because you live, that's amazing. That is amazing. So with that said, all that amazing fundamental stuff thrown at you at once to leave you thinking about everything you need to do. This is Tegan, Rowan, Stryker, out for the night. I love you all. I will see you on Let Your Rainbow Shine on Thursday. Make sure you subscribe. We love you all. So, subscribe and live as free as your hair. Mwah. Bye.